Hey guys, it's Ben, coach of the Baltimore Oriolus, here with my draft analysis for CPL Season 4. So, CPL, cool league, cool people. It's not upload required, but I'm going to be uploading it anyway because I feel like it and because I can. Also, I've got some good pals in the league. There's like Brendan, Dark Devil, Tort, Cameron the Commish, Pablo, Dax, and there are even some bigger names like Astra and Melantosh, so I just feel like uploading. Also, my channel's kind of dead, so may as well upload something. And also, UBC and GPC aren't upload required anymore, and UBC kind of crashed and burned. Well, it's not really dead. It's on life support. I also didn't make playoffs. In my defense, it was a Tier 3 and below league. I didn't know what I was doing. But let's not talk about that. And GPC hasn't even started yet. Shout out to Gareth for being lazy. Alright, so moving on. I will say that I really suck at uploading for non-required leagues. I always like upload and just draft analysis, maybe week 1, then I'll just like stop because I'm lazy. But I'll try my best here. I'll try my best to make it through the entire season, uploading and crap. So let's hop right into the draft and analysis. Also, I'm sick, so that's fun. Obviously, Tapu Koko's been on the screen for a while. It was indeed my first pick because, yeah, lucky me. I got first overall pick in my draft pool. So there are 24 people in the league. There were 2 draft pools of 12. And lucky Benjamin got first overall pick. So obviously I get Tapu Koko. Because, Tapu Koko and Celesteela, if they don't go picks number 1 and 2, something is wrong. So yeah, I did get Tapu Koko. I did snipe Jay, who was pick number 2, so that's fun. Koko's obviously an amazing mon, one of the best in the format, if not the best. There's no need to talk about it, because everybody already knows what it does. I haven't used this thing for a long time. I think the last time I did was UPA Season 7, about a year ago. And I didn't really use it that great. I would like to redeem myself. So, yeah, that was my round 1 pick. Then coming back on the wheel, I got Jirachi and Hydreigon to complete the Fairy Dragon Steel Core out of the bat with 3 great mons of Fairy, Dragon, and Steel. So let's talk about Jirachi first. Love it to death. It's an awesome mon, but I don't think it's a round 1 pick, so I was really happy that I was able to get it round 2, because, a lot of people will still take it round 1. It's really good with, team support, because it gets, Wish, Healing Wish, Stealth Rocks. It can be offensive with, Scarf Iron Head, Zen Headbutt. Gotta love that flinch chance with Serene Grace. It gets momentum with U-Turn. It gets cover move with, the Elemental Punches. It can run special with, Calm Mind variant, Thunderbolt, Psychic, Flash Cannon, all that good stuff. Jirachi can run a bunch of different stats. I love it to death. It's an awesome mon. Hydreigon, I used, I think, once before, a long time ago. Maybe, 2 years ago now. It's been a long time. But, no, I think I did use it one other time since then. But regardless, I haven't been able to use it well, but I have improved as a player, so now I'm hoping I can use it better here in CPL. So, Hydreigon's a really cool dragon. It was tier 2, so that's sweet. I mean, that's kind of normal now, but it didn't used to be normal. It used to be, tier 1, so... But regardless, I'm happy I was able to get it tier 2, obviously. Gives me an early dark type, which is nice, because I usually forget to draft the dark type. Otherwise, if either I draft Weavile or I forget to draft that... Let's try that one again. Either I draft Weavile or I forget to draft the dark type. But we got Hydreigon, so that's pretty cool. Just like Jirachi, this thing could be offensive or defensive. Generally, it's going to be run offensive with, Choice Scarf, maybe Life Orb. Because it gets, obviously, it's a dragon, so it gets Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse, Fire Blast, Focus Blast. It gets U-Turn for momentum. It hits like a truck. It's a really awesome mon in that regard. It can be defensive if it needs to be. It can be a defogger. It can run, Taunt, Roost. I've seen sub-variants before. So it can do a bunch of different things, and it's a really nice mon in Draft League format. So, next up, at the next wheel, I had been keeping my eye on this mon for a while, because, Terrakion was tier 2. So was Cobalion. Terrakion and Cobalion were in the same tier. That was hilarious. So yeah, we got Terrakion. That's pretty sweet. Obviously, this thing is a great Z-Captain. It's better than Koko as a Z-Captain, so I made it Z-Captain. Z-Captain rules are weird for this league. It's you get a certain number of points in a way. You can have a tier 1 Z-Captain and a tier 5 Z-Captain, a tier 2 Z-Captain and a tier 4 Z-Captain, 2 tier 3 Z-Captains, a tier 2 Z-Captain and 2 tier 5 Z-Captains. Tier 2 Z-Captain and 2 tier 5 Z-Captain. Yeah, that's how that works. So, Terrakion's tier 2, so I can have either a tier 4 Z-Captain or 2 tier 5 Z-Captains. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, Terrakion is an amazing mon. I can't believe it was tier 2. Obviously, you can run setup variants. I've been saying obviously a lot. I need to stop. Okay, so you can run setup variants with, Swords Dance, Rock Polish, the into Z move. Everything dies. It can run just like Bandit or Scarf as well. There are a few different sets it can run. It does get rocks, so I could run it as a rocker if I wanted to, but generally that job would go to Nidoqueen, the other mon I got on the wheel. I wanted to pick up one of the Nidos for sure because it's a great check to Tapu Koko, so me picking up one of the Nidos means that someone else can't pick up one of the Nidos, so that's cool. So that's one fewer person I'd have to worry about. Nidoqueen is great. I used it before a long time ago. A long time ago. And I didn't use it well, just like Hydreigon. So yeah. Nidoqueen is obviously more than... Okay, I'm still saying obviously. Cool, we'll roll with it. It's a great rocker. Switch-ins don't really exist. Since it gets good coverage like Ice Beam, Fire Blast, Earth Power, and Sludge Wave because they're stab. All the Sheer Force and Life Orb. So that's cool. I do think Nidoking is better just because that's one of the biggest things the Nidos are known for, switch-ins like not existing. Nidoking with the higher offensive stats is just more scary for the opponent to prep for, whereas Nidoqueen is more passive. It's certainly not passive, but you know what I mean. It's not quite as powerful as Nidoking. Obviously, it's a matter of preference. Next up, we got Swellow because that is tier 4, which blows my mind. I've been seeing Swellow tier 4 in so many leagues. I don't get it. It's such a good mon. Slap choice specs on it, you click Boom Burst, and that's a GG. It gets Heat Wave to cover for the Steel types, it gets U-Turn for Momentum. It can run physical with like Guts Facade, and that's Stab, Brave Bird, U-Turn. There are just so many things, and by so many things, I mean 2 things Swellow can do. But it does them so well, and it forces the opponent to prep like super hard for it, otherwise they just kind of die. Like, what stops Swellow? A Rock type? Steel types don't because of Heat Wave, if you want to run a special variant. Maybe like a specially defensive Rock type could stop Swellow. Yeah, I've got a Jirachi and a Terrakion with your name on it. So yeah, Swellow's an amazing mon. I love it to death. It's so good. And on the wheel, with Swellow, we also get Blacephalon, because it's an awesome mon as well, and because I had a lot of points left. I was planning on getting some lower tier mons later on, so I figured I'd just spend my points. I was going to get Chandelure, but I have a lot of points left. So we got Blacephalon. Doesn't really help with the speed tiers, because we also got Terrakion, so that doesn't really do much in that regard, but it's an amazing special attacker. Insane special attack that, of course. Probably not going to ever use that physical attack. Interestingly enough, two of the best Blacephalon checks in the game, Snorlax and Tyranitar. My week 1 opponent, Aster, has both of those, so obviously not bringing Blacephalon to that game. But it really puts in work in basically every other matchup, just because Fire and Ghost, like, there aren't a lot of Ghost switches, because a lot of teams will get, like, what, 1 Dark type, might not draft the normal type. The Dark type might be something like a Weavile, which could, like, Pursuit Trap and actually be kind of scary, but in terms of switch-ins, they wouldn't exist. Because, like I said, not a lot of Darks and Normals for the Ghosts. And plus, the Fire covers for the stuff, for the other stuff and the things. It's a cool mon. I like Chandelure better, because it gets Energy Ball. But I mean, Blacephalon is like objectively better. Anyway, moving on. Next up, we got Tangela. This is what I was talking about before, lower tier mon. I think I have Tangela in every single league I'm in right now because it is so absurdly good for being so absurdly cheap. I don't get it. Why do people continuously put Tangela in tier 5, and why does it never go drafted? Like, alright. TTM Summer Showdown. I looked at all of the pools. I was the only person to draft Tangela. Out of the, 256 people, I think? I was the only draft with the Tangela. Let that sink in. This amazing Pokemon is going overlooked by hundreds of players. From a defensive standpoint, its special defense obviously isn't that great, but if you just invest in HP and special defense, it becomes a massive tank. It doesn't even need defensive investment to be good. Obviously, with its Regenerator, that's what's so good about Tangela, in my opinion. Regenerator. Because, like, you come in, maybe you set up a Leech Seed, or you, like, hit someone with, like, a Giga Drain, or a Hidden Power, or an Ancient Power, you switch right back out, and you're a healthy tank again. You don't need to spend a turn healing like every other tank in the game, not named Lomomola, and Slowbro, and every other mod with the Generator. It's just so dang bulky for being tier 5 in, like, every league. And it gets the coverage it needs. Like, it can, like, click Leech Seed, Sleep Powder for, like, team support. And then it can hit stuff like Giga Drain, like I mentioned before, Hidden Power and Ancient Power. It doesn't get a lot of coverage, but it gets all it needs to break subs. It also gets knockoff again, for more team support. It's just such an amazing mon. Why does this thing go so overlooked? I just don't understand. Next up, we got Blissey because I need more defensive mons. Because, you know, we got Tangela, that's about it. And I also drafted Blissey because I wanted to counter team Astra a bit since I played him week 1. And he's got a Gengar. I have nothing for Gengar. What? Hydreigon? Nope. Dazzling Gleam. Goodbye. Scarf Blacephalon? Nope. He's got a Tyranitar and a Snorlax. So I really need something to switch into Gengar. And obviously it's not the best Gengar switch in because it gets like moves like Taunt. I can set up a sub in front of it because Blissey's normal moves that it would bring would be like Seismic Toss and Toxic. And that's why I like Blissey better than Chansey in League format. Because if you need to, you can run that special attack to break subs. If you really need to. So I'm bringing Psychic on Blissey week 1. It's fine, I can mention this because by the time this goes up, I'll have already played my week 1 game. So I'm bringing Psychic on Blissey week 1. That should 2-KO most Gengar sets. But I could see him being a slightly more defensive variant with like maybe Black Sludge and sub again to set up, not set up, but to set up a sub in front of the Blissey. I could see that, but we'll see. It's also just like a great Wish Passer because, you know, I've got a bulky mon with no sustain and Nidoqueen. So Blissey helps out there. Doesn't really do much else, but it's not total setup fodder like Chansey is. So I like it better than Chansey in that regard. Plus it gives me another defensive tank like I'm talking about. I kind of need that. Next up, we got Alolan Raichu. This is another one of those low tier mons I was talking about before, like along with Tangela. Because Alolan Raichu is really nice on Tapu Koko teams. It's really underrated. It's a pretty solid mon, especially with Surge Surfer, which is like why I got it with Koko. Becomes fast AF. Just set up options with like Nasty Plot. Good coverage with Surf, Focus Blast, Stab Psychic, which base Raichu doesn't get. Obviously, with the Z moves, it becomes the Supersonic Sky Surfer, Strike, Sub, Stoke Spark Surfer, that's what it's called. And yeah, this thing is one of my Z Captains, along with Terrakion. So, I have a Tier 2 Z Captain, a Tier 5 Z Captain, so, spoiler alert, Tangela is my only other Tier 5 mon, so I made it a Z Captain just because I felt like it. Because there's not really a reason not to. Maybe I'll run Chlorophyll Sunny Day someday, but I don't know. So yeah, Alolan Raichu. It's a cool mod. I like it. It's a nice low-tier threat. Next up, we got Gligar, because I wanted more hazard control, both setting hazards and removing them. Because in terms of hazard removal, I've got, like, what? Hydreigon. Swallow and Koko don't count, other than it's just Hydreigon. Because I can run defensive Hydreigon sets if I wanted to, with, like, Defog. Gligar, like I mentioned, it also gives me another rocker, because right now in terms of rockers, I've got Jirachi, Terrakion, Nidoqueen, and Blissey. That's an okay setup of rockers, but I would like another more reliable one, since I'm not going to be running rocks on mons like Terrakion and Blissey a lot. It's mostly just going to be Nidoqueen and maybe Jirachi. So Gligar gives me another rocker, which is pretty nice. It's also another mon to add to the list of tanks. It pairs well pretty well with Blissey, because Blissey can sponge any Ice Beam that Tangela and Gligar would otherwise not be able to sponge. And Gligar can sponge those close combats that the Blissey would not like. Unfortunately, I have to face a Mega Benacham week 1, which is undoubtedly going to have Ice Punch. So yeah, Astra's team kind of just destroys mine. I'm going to try, and I have prepped, and I think I prepped pretty well, but we'll talk about that once I record the draft analysis for that. Yeah, Gligar's really nice. I love it a lot. I also have 2 Eeviola losers, so that's a cool thing. And lastly, we got Mega Blastoise. Because, you know, I don't have a water yet. It gives me my Mega. It's arguably the best spinner in the game. It just does really nice damage. It's a great mod. I like it. Used it once before in UPS Season 8. Had a lot of fun with it. There's not much else to say about it. There's not much else to say about the team. Because that is the team. Oh yeah, I need nicknames. If anyone would like to give me a nickname for Gligar, I got nothing. If anyone would like to give me a better nickname for Nidoqueen, that would be cool. Other than that, I think the nicknames are fine. So yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time when we take on Aster, and hopefully don't get body bagged. I play him later tonight, so I hope I don't get body bagged. Alright, see you guys next week.